We are live, guys. What is going on? My name is Brando Linick, and I appreciate you for connecting with me here. Just want to thank you for your time. Over the next 3.5 minutes, the whole purpose of this video is to give you a clear understanding of how to get from where you are right now to where you want to be. How to actually make more money with little money, all right? With little resources. If you're on a budget, if you're tight on money and you want to make more, ultimately, the best tip I can give you is not to go out and get a second job. And if you have a second job, you know how painful that can be, where you kind of don't get to spend more time with your family, where you don't get to do the things that you want to do. I'm talking about having consistent, steady income. And the best way to do that is honestly business. It's getting into business. It's being an entrepreneur. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm speaking to that person who's watching this right now. That's you, who wants to spend more time with your family. You want more freedom. You want to be able to do more of what you want to do without having to worry about things. You want more peace of mind, more clarity. If that's you, the best tip I can give you is start a business. Now, a lot of people are like, well, Brando, traditional business costs like, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000, $100,000 to get started. I don't have that big of a budget. How can you expect me to start a business? That doesn't seem realistic. And that's a really good question if you're asking that. Because I'm not talking about traditional business. From a practical standpoint, the best tip I can give you is start an online business. Start the complete opposite. Why? Because ultimately, online business, the cool thing is you don't need a crazy amount of overhead and to manage a bunch of people and to have inventory or an office. You can work from your internet connection right here, right now. And when you learn to do it properly, you can have a stable income. And you can start an online internet-based business with very, very little money, a couple $100, sometimes a couple $1,000, depending on the type of business model. It all depends on the type of business model. But you can start an internet-based business even if it was $5,000 or $10,000 or $1,000 or $2,000 or even $500, which is usually what it averages about to. That's such an affordable business. Like, anyone can come up with that money. And to give you guys perspective, going back 1.5 years ago, I was a broke baker in a restaurant. All right, I was a broke baker. Now the funny thing was, as a baker in a restaurant, I was able to make enough money to save up to buy a car that I really liked, and paid off completely. I didn't lease it or get a loan from the bank. I just bought it right out. It was about a $10,000 car, so I saved up a lot of money to actually get that car. But when I looked at it and I looked at my situation, I realized as a baker in a restaurant, I didn't have freedom. I was a slave, and I was like surviving in life. I wasn't thriving in life. I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do, and I knew the only way to get there was business. I couldn't afford a traditional business, but I looked at the internet. I knew people were making money on the internet, and I just knew that if I knew what those people were doing who were making money, I could make things happen. So what did I do? I ended up selling my car, saved up enough money from my car to invest into myself to get a business started, and was able to build that business out to a full-time income in 3 months period of time, which is not typical or average. Because what happened to me, the big caveat to this is, if I were to get into a lot of story and detail, I struggled for a long time. It didn't happen overnight, but it wasn't until I came across a person who was building a business and income online that I actually believed I could do it. So I was actually prepared to sell my car and sell things to get started to operate the business. And because if they were able to do it and have freedom and have a lifestyle where they didn't have to put their baby girl through daycare without worrying about money, then I knew I could do it. So I just decided to come up with the resources, and with the little money that I had, I got started in online business, modeling and copying this person, and was able to, in 3 months period of time, create a full-time income business working part-time, which is not a guarantee of results. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee you anything, but I hope if you get anything across from this video, it's that if you want to be able to make more money and you want to do it with your resources, the best way to do it, I hope if I'm getting anything across to you, is leveraging technology. Because technology, you don't need crazy overhead. And with business, the cool thing is you're in control of your money. When you learn to make $1, you can make $2. When you're your own boss, when you make your own money, you write your own paychecks. That, my friend, is the most empowering way to get a return from your own investments into business. All right, it's not like the stock market, it's not like a lottery. You actually control it when you know what you're doing, and that's the coolest thing about business. So that's my tip, guys. I really hope this inspires you to go out there and take action. Maybe you already have before, but you've gotten burnt out from a couple things that you've tried and haven't gotten the results that you want. I encourage you to go out there again, all right, and go out there again and just keep beating your head through those brick walls, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go. As long as you keep falling and getting back up, you will finally learn how to stand up straight and run a straight line. No baby gets up and walks straight from one side of the room to the other their first attempt. It takes them multiple tries to get their balance. So I hope you guys go out there, crush it. Let me know your comments and thoughts down below. And if you'd like to learn how to use the same system I've been able to use on the internet to build a business and income online, even though they're not average or typical results, if you want to learn how you too can do this, if you're coachable and trainable, you're open to learning, then connect with me on my site. I'll put a link down below. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll personally connect with you guys there, and I'll see you guys on the beach of the world. Take care.